Hey everybody, this is Chris, and
I'm Rob.
we're here CR Game Room. We're just doing a little bit of a live stream. We got a few things to announce. Last minute.
Last minute.
Stay
Chris's
tuned.
favorite way to do things.
I hate doing things last minute. Um, Jesus Christ. For those of you in America and celebrating things, happy Thanksgiving. For those of you outside of America, have a happy
Wednesday.
Thursday. Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it is.
Be thankful for something that that America has the day off, basically, and that we get to have a glutton for punishment the next day.
Yeah. Hopefully you won't hear about us in the news.
Putting you in the news.
Yeah.
So,
How
are things going for you today, Rob? Haven't really talked to you that much this week.
I just took a nap and it was amazing. And I got up, took a shower, and got ready for this. So it was good. Good day. Today flew by. Had a lot of coffee, and it's good.
Nice.
What about you?
I spent most of the day trying to, fix things with my heat. Well, I say try to fix it. I mostly just turned it on and off, and if it worked, it worked. But most of the day it didn't. And then when I got used to it being a little bit colder, the thing comes on. So those plans are all shot, and it literally started coming on 5 minutes before we went on. So.
Yeah, that's funny.
Que sera. So,
Did you call me?
I think you've heard me. So, what are you doing tomorrow, Robert?
Working.
Man.
From home. I get to work from home tomorrow.
Man.
So, yeah.
I get to be off from work at home.
I hate you so much. Actually, I had the option to be off if I wanted to, but I didn't want to.
It's a BS option. Hey, you can have off and not get paid.
I mean, I could use time. I got time saved up. I just didn't want to waste it on that. I'd rather save it on a trip, like to Origins or to somewhere else.
To literally anything else.
Anything else, maybe I get sick. You never know.
Yeah, I mean,
I have time for that.
You're the boss, so you just go into work anyway. You're like, you guys have to deal with this.
Deal with my sickness.
Talk like Batman to them.
Yeah.
So things just came down the pipe from WizKids.
Yeah, so shout out to, I don't know if he's comfortable with saying his whole name on the stream, but we'll just say Andy in the Dice Masters Unlimited Facebook group. Give us a heads up about some changes to the solicitations page. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, it's the solicitations page because, that's where they... Never mind, I'm not going to say it.
Calm down.
I know.
Shots fired.
So... The release dates, they're finally fully announced for the 28th of this month for the 40K. That's been 28th of this month, yes.
Okay. I said the 20th. I was like, wait a minute. Did I miss something here?
Where's my stuff? I can't get it tomorrow. No. So that's officially on there. It's going to be released on the 28th, the 40K stuff. That we kind of had that was coming down the pipe from a few different sources. Mm-hmm. But the other things that are kind of, how shall I say, poopy? Is that
poopy?
Sorry for my language there, everybody.
Watch it. Please get some soap. Someone get some soap for this guy.
My apologies. My apologies, everyone. Everyone at home, I'm sorry.
That's all good. It happens.
So the next sets, I'll do this. Hey, Joe.
It's okay.
So I'll do this because the estimated delivery date for those things, the DC Comics Justice campaign box and the team packs that go along with it, February.
February, that's my birthday.
Yeah, it sure is. And then
And
then the X-Men Forever campaign box and the associated team packs are March? Yeah. Well, that's my wife's birthday.
Whoa.
Take that with a grain of salt. Masters? Yeah. Hey, honey, for your birthday, I got myself some campaign box, okay? Is that cool?
I got them for you, but I'm going to use them.
So
the the thing on the date on the stream is 11/11. By the way,
Oh,
I
I
don't know if you
thought
wanted
I
to change that.
updated that. Oh,
But yeah, I don't anticipate them doing back-to-back months like that. I think we talked about that before we jumped on. But it's possible.
I personally think they're gonna push one of them back. One of them's gonna be probably most likely February or March. Then the next one's probably gonna be May or June.
Mm-hmm.
But this is this is WizKids. They might machine gun it like that. As much as we don't like that, it would be product back to back.
It's an interesting choice of words.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind.
I know you wouldn't mind. From my standpoint, it's a little bit of a pain because the campaign box is cheaper than going deep into just buying blind product, but it still is money that I have to spend to keep up with my collection.
We just don't spend money on magic cards.
I can't do that. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Yeah, see,
I've got a
Pick
new
your
obsession.
poison.
Hey, that's a callback to the original format of 5 decks versus 5 decks.
37
Stupidly,
decks.
37 decks. No card can be the same.
I like that idea though. That was fun.
So stupid.
Yeah, that's a marathon sort of thing.
Do you have a day to play a match? Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good. I only have 3 hours. I don't know.
We might need a few more than that.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. They could be delayed.
Yep. Also, it looks like we get an OP kit in January, which is the Super Spies that's been spoiled already, which is what Captain America, Black Widow, and what else? Something else is in there.
Was it another version of Nick Fury?
Yes, Nick Fury. I don't know if it's a different version of Nick Fury, but it is Nick Fury.
Nicholas Fury?
It's an alt art of
There you
Nick
go.
Fury.
And then we get the DC stuff, the Justice.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's a Stark Industries OP kit scheduled for February also.
Yeah, the Stark Industries is the one everybody's kind of raving about, other than the Super Spies, because that Tony Stark that gives Pepper Potts the bonus.
That's right. And then we'll have a City Slingers OP kit in March. I'm assuming that's Spider-Man related.
City Slingers almost sounds like Spell Slingers, like magic, but a different note.
Not magic. Stop talking about magic. And then we got Marvel Now Heroes coming in April. So we got some things. Hopefully we can get everyone together at the local store.
Let's hope they stick to that schedule. It's a decent enough schedule. I don't think it will, though.
I mean, the money you were going to spend on it, next month? Just save it until then.
Yeah. I'd say it's
just
pretty easy.
It's a 10% 10% probability it will come out on the schedule they have on there.
Yeah.
I think that's a good estimate.
If you got the money aside now, then keep it aside till then, and you just buy them back to back.
Let it build interest.
Yeah, put it in a CD
for 2 months.
For 2 months.
Get those shekels.
There you go. But yeah, that's the big news with the campaign boxes and
with the fling and dice thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and
disappointed? Yes or no? Are you just over it at this point? You're just like,
schedules don't mean anything to me from
Yeah.
Dice Masters, honestly.
Figured as much.
Until they actually put the date on it, like the actual date in the month that it's coming out.
Yeah,
I believe it. But then again, they've also moved that too. So.
Oh yeah.
Because we were supposed to have 40K in our hands last week.
Yeah.
And they had actual dates on that too.
Yeah. They said the 14th. And then they had the 14th on there till like a couple days ago. And I was like, it's not out yet, guys.
It was too many Ks to ship at one time. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
don't think that's it at all, Robert.
They didn't want to pay extra for all those Ks. And they're like, we got to work something out. That's what happened.
I can't sometimes. I just can't. You know what I'm saying?
You can do it. I believe in you.
Ooh, that's bright.
Whoa.
So I haven't really I don't know. None of that stuff has really been spoiled yet. The DC and the X-Men. I think DC needs a set desperately. Period.
Yeah, there was on the Discord chat there was talk of how long it had been since DC had a release last, and I believe it was Batman.
Yeah, I mean, we did have the Harley Quinn team pack, but that wasn't.
Yeah, before that there was a 7.5 month gap between Batman and Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Longer.
And I would say that Harley Quinn was like an appetizer of DC, honestly.
Appetizer.
Mm-hmm. And then the OP cards that we've been getting did have some DC stuff in it, didn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Because I really view that as like you go to Walmart and they give you samples.
It's the Sam's.
Yeah.
You went to Sam's on Sunday morning to get breakfast on the samples.
It's just never quite filling enough. You just like put on a mustache and glasses and go back through.
Yeah.
They'll literally give you more even if you don't put on a disguise, but you like try to make a game of it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Could be it.
So, are you excited about this, Robert? I know anytime you have more product and stuff to open, you're happy. But
I am excited, and I'm not excited because I'm running out of room to store my stuff. So that's a problem. But yeah, I like buying stuff. So there's that.
I mean, you're working on moving into your own place soon.
Sooner or later, I don't know. I like getting the extra money, so we'll see.
You keep turning down the offer to come live at my house. You're like, it's too far from work.
Yeah, it is pretty far.
All I hear is complaints. Are you excited about the releases, Joe, or indifferent?
I mean, we've gone so long without new Dice Masters product that people are starting to jump on other bandwagons, which is fine. I'm not hating against that, right? Gotta expand your portfolio, but ever since like 40K, I've been kind of like, show me something better. Show me something better than a venerable Dreadknot, and we'll talk. Then I'll get excited.
Those of you who have not talked or seen about a venerable Dreadknot,
what does it do? Like I know everything's been released. I've just stayed away from it completely because I wanted it in my hands.
Venerable Dreadknot gives all of the characters on your side range 1. Period. And
so range 1 is when you attack, you deal 1 damage to one character?
All range 1 does attack to character at the same time whenever something attacks.
I got that, but range 1 is it does 1 damage to one character, or it does 1 damage to all characters?
Does 1 damage to one character.
Oh, okay. So if you attack with a board full of stuff, you can put all your damage on one thing or put it all on different.
Steven, it's not that I don't want better. It's not that I want better than that. I just think that's going to be on every team. And everyone's going to eventually just get to a point where, well, you have to have Venerable Dreadknot on your team. Otherwise, if your opponent has it, they're going to mop the floor. No, they're going to mop the damage still goes. It's still attacking. So they could
blanket.
Well, you can blanket, yes. But you're wasting a blanker on something that does something that it's not a win condition on its own.
Yeah, Joe said he wants better than that.
Well, no, I mean, I want something like that, like to get excited about, right? If I see another campaign box, like this Justice set coming out, right?
Yeah.
The Parasite that they spoiled, like of the 5 cards they've spoiled so far, not Parasite, but pretty good. Like I'm almost there, but if it's not at the level of Dreadknot, then I'm not gonna be excited about it because it's like, what can beat that, or what can at least be in the same ring with that, or
Parasite is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean Parasite's good, but can it beat sending a sidekick in and wiping out your opponent's team? Just because you have 5 to 6 characters on your team. Can it beat that?
No.
No, it can't.
So how does range work? Like I said, I've stayed away. So if I attack with 3 of the same character, right, and it's a character that has range,
you only have to attack with 1.
Damage?
one character.
Yeah, the requirements are whenever you attack with a character or with a character that has range, all your other characters that have range then get to use it, and it can target any number. So if for
characters,
in the case,
it's not character dice.
Yes, it's an individual character. So it's like, no, I'm sorry.
It's character dice. Yeah.
It's character dice.
Wow.
So for example, Venerable Dreadnought. Let's go with the more popular one, right? He gives everything range 1. So everything on your team has range 1, and it doesn't stack. By the way, it takes the greater value. So if everything has range 1, and you have a character on there with range 2, that character will get to do 2 damage versus everybody else's 1. So it doesn't stack. So basically, you swing, and it's kind of like breath weapon. You activate it in the same window and during the attack. And then if an opposing character has range or characters have range, they get to then deal their range damage back to however many targets on your side.
So I think it's just going to lead to everyone having Venerable Dreadnought on its team, period.
Competitively, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like DM Miranda, so don't forget there's a lot of fun stuff in those
There
sets.
is. So like in the case that we get to brew with different stuff, like Brewer's Corner is going to be great. We're going to have stuff to brew with a lot, and people are going to have stuff to talk about. But as far as getting excited for sets, if I'm really going to go out and I'm really going to pay that $40, right? It's enough that they have my patronage. It's enough that they have, my attention. It's enough that they have me talking about their product every Wednesday night, or me going into the weekly dice arena. That's enough for me as a consumer, and that should be enough for them as a brand. But they want me going out and spending that $40 for campaign box. They want me going out and spending that $15 to $20 for team packs, right? They want me going to stores for OP kits. If they want me to do those things, they have to print consistent product. And by consistent, I mean something that either is as good or better than what has come before. Because I'm not going to go out and buy $40 for a bunch of reprints that we're seeing in Guardians of the Galaxy set that can't even compete with a Venerable Dreadnought. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. And I mean, they've got to have you're right. They do got to have consistent across the board. Otherwise the team packs are just going to fall by this wayside, and they're putting them out with every single campaign box. You can't just have a team pack to have a team pack go along with the thing. You got to have things in there that actually make sense. And it can't just be a one-off card, because you know what? I'll just wait till Cool Stuff Inc. has it for sale, or someone has it for sale on eBay, and I'll buy it there when they're selling off their collection because people are dropping out of the game.
Yeah. So like I just asked DM in the chat here. So it's like there's cards like you sit across the table from someone playing Super Rare Yonti. You're just like, damn it. Like I know I'm gonna lose, sort of things. If you sit across a Dreadnought, are you gonna say I'm automatically gonna lose?
No.
Well, then it's not that big a deal. Then. I think you might be overreacting.
I don't think so. Like with Venerable Dreadnought, first of all, it costs 4, so you're never gonna get it until turn 2 at the earliest.
Okay.
Because you have KCG, Kree Captain Global, right? That's the earliest you can. So if you want to go all in for a Venerable Dreadnought, turns 1 and 2, be my guest. It's not like Yonti, where you can just buy it turn 1 or 2, have it ready on turn 3, and start your combo rolling, right? Also, Venerable Dreadnought takes at least 2+ characters in order for it to start really becoming effective, because that then gets into the point to where you're finally dealing with your opponent's Shriek or your opponent's Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
So it takes a little bit of amount of setup with Dreadnought, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference between Dreadnought and Yonti. It's fun to play against in the fact that you still have to set it up. You still have to create these scenarios where you need enough support to make that 4-cost character effective.
Well, here's the thing also about having these campaign boxes and sets like this. You have it too.
Yeah. No.
So it's not like one of those things your opponent's going to show up with and you're like, oh crap, I didn't see this coming. I don't have access to this card. No, you got the same access to the card.
I didn't get that damn chase card. I didn't get that damn
chase card. I gotta go buy a whole bunch of campaign boxes to get it.
Let's look at it this way, okay? Avengers. So if I'm going to be excited about Justice or X-Men Forever, right, or the Dark X-Men,
you know why they call it Forever? Because it's forever away.
So if I'm going to be excited for those, they need to offer me something that Avengers Infinity or 40k offered me, right? Avengers Infinity gave me new takes on a tune with several different characters that I can play. They gave us, and then the Harley Quinn team pack that gave us Throne Brick and Target Lock, right? Those are things that I would go out and buy for $20. And the rest of the packs, sure, I'll do a fun little online draft for it or whatever. But really, what I'm going out there and buying the product for is those specific cards. And as is a lot of people, they're buying cards that they can use, not even meta restrictive, just all around good cards.
Yeah.
And getting back to Venerable Dreadnought, I would say it's not quite. It's in between, because I've been playing against it. I would say it's kind of on the. It's not a win condition like Bard, but it has a pacing like Bard once it's on the board.
You have to deal with it.
Period. You're not blanking a win condition at that point. You're blanking Venerable Dreadnought to not die and have a board clear, and then the next turn they wipe you out. That's what's happening. Or they give they use the other thing that gives range 1 to one of your characters, then force it to attack. They wipe out your board on their turn on your turn. You're dead. You're just straight up dead. So I see some rough things coming with the 40k sets that are going to be interesting, crazy, and fun. But it's going to be meta defining.
I get it. I mean, I understand what you're saying. But I mean, it's just like that. It's like that with everything, though. There's other things that are like that.
Oh no,
I got to deal with Blob because now I can't field what I need to field. I got to deal with Blob. You know what I mean? I got to deal with Scarlet Witch now because Scarlet Witch is on the field. I can't do my combo. You know what I mean? There's always going to be something that you're going to have to deal with. I wouldn't say that this is one of those things like, oh, I don't want to play against this. It's not going to be fun.
No, that's what I'm not. That's not what I'm saying either. I'm saying on the competitive scene, you're probably going to see the same 5 cards on a team, and people's win conditions will change a little bit from there, or a way of blanking will be different from there, because just the combination of having those things as a backup win con or a way to do control or something like that. So I'm saying the meta is going to get stale. That's what I'm saying.
I hear you. But like Joe said, we don't know what's coming out with these other campaign boxes yet. They haven't been completely spoiled yet. There might be something that's totally going to wreck all that stuff. You never know.
So if you want to go, I don't know if either of you saw it, but yesterday or last night, Ross had a Worlds practice kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Of the teams that I played against, and I was on camera for all 3 rounds. And then I heard of other teams. Yeah, but it wasn't that big a deal. I was playing Venerable Dreadnought. Shadow was playing Venerable Dreadnought. That I know of, another of the 6 contestants was playing Venerable Dreadnought. And the first game, both Shadow and I got some serious mileage out of that one character.
Yeah.
To the point to where it was a really close game, and it got down to, since we both had a Venerable Dreadnought, it mattered less than if just I had the Venerable Dreadnought, because I would literally in one of the turns I swung in with just one sidekick, dealt 6 damage to his whole team with just that one sidekick.
So, wow. So I mean, that's cool. I mean, you just said it offset because y'all both had it. It might make for a longer match, but it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, Dreadnought doesn't really. It just pushes the effectiveness or the efficiency of your teams up a notch. It just cranks it to 11. Really, it doesn't guarantee you a win con. So now, if you're participating in Worlds, my best advice as a brewer is to just find a slot for the Dreadnought, because that Dreadnought will wind up replacing your Shriek or your Scarlet Witch in some cases, randomly. That's what I would recommend, because it's just, or if you don't want to, and if you want to stay away from 40k period, then Green Devil Mask, because like I said, Venerable Dreadnought needs at least 2+ in order to deal with
So there you go. You just gave a couple of really good examples on how to deal with it. So it's like, it's not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I agree. It's not the end of the world. I just think
You're just worried about it being stale.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, and I get that, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, you look at the last year; things haven't really changed all that much with competitive.
Yeah, I hope they don't do another massive cut for rotation.
Rotation may or may not happen, and that depends on how good their justice.
Yeah, and
Sorry,
it
kids are really
depends.
excited.
It's all good, man. It just depends on when they're coming out too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they might call rotation pre-origins though. I'm feeling like that's the case.
yeah,
Do
They have
you,
enough. They have
Mm,
enough product to go with like a relatively new, stable, modern meta.
do you think they would do a cut for all blind product plus turtles set too?
you
Yes,
can't
that's
get
what
rid
I'm
of.
saying.
Yeah.
They
Why
have
get
so
rid of
they have enough.
turtles?
I
I don't
know.
understand getting rid of turtles. Everyone can get turtles. It's it's a campaign box. Like you have access to everything. Like why get rid of
When you
turtles?
consider the side of so they would just get rid of all blind product period.
Yeah,
And I think cut Thor too because energy fixers nowadays they don't really see a lot of play.
Yeah.
only if you're playing me.
Or you're playing Billy Club, or if you're playing a field a psychic
Yeah,
thing.
you kind of need it.
Yeah, but I mean when you look at 40K and what it and Avengers offer and the various team packs, you already have stuff that can help you get there. And
Yeah.
plus, look at the fact that they're reprinting Investigation, Injustice. You're already that much closer to just not even needing Thor at all.
Yeah.
True. I mean, I guess they're putting out that one global that we talked about a few weeks ago, where you kind of like the
Remove
ring
something.
global,
Yeah.
the ring global. So you can get rid of energy fixers, and now you replace it with that one global, so you don't need those anymore. So you're right, you can rotate them out. I
Yeah,
personally would hate that, just because like as a collector, that somebody has gone out of my way to try to get older sets and try to fill those sets. I want to be able to play all my cards whenever I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's a
But I
format for
also,
that.
yeah, it's Golden Age, and I get
Well,
that.
no,
Um,
global escalation.
yeah,
So
and
there's
that's
two
like
formats for you.
two.
When is the modern, it's only just one format. You're just missing out
Yeah, but
on
it's
one of the.
modern. Modern is gonna be just campaign boxes. Like I don't. Come on, man. It's like playing. I get it. I understand what you're saying, and it's kind of the way it's gonna go, probably more than likely. But I mean, it's like I don't know, man. It's like playing. It's gonna be very stale, like you said. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen with X-Men, and I kind of feel like I did a 180 here, but it's like I don't know what's gonna happen with Justice. We don't know what's gonna happen with X-Men. If you leave the blind product in there, I feel like you get a little more of a mix. You can add more flavor to the teams that you're going to be playing um, at a local, at a local event or something like that.
Yeah.
It leaves those in the modern rotation because I mean, what is a team pack? I mean, a campaign box. How many cards are in there? Or different characters or something like that. It's probably the pool probably isn't as big as if you were doing the blind products and included.
So if they did the rotation all the way up to the blind, like cutting out all the blind product, it would cut out the shriek, the team pack with shriek.
no,
No,
I'm not saying. I'm saying cut out all blind product, not all
blind
team
product. Yeah,
packs.
I'm saying they may have to start cutting like after a while they will have to cut a campaign box. They'll
if
probably
the
cut
game
Avengers
if the
Infinity
game
eventually.
lasts that long, they
Yeah,
might.
True.
they
But I
will.
don't.
But yeah, they need to give it the full 2 years, like they gave Turtles. Turtles has a full 2 years.
Yeah, the first one.
The first
Yeah.
one had a full 2 years before they cut it.
And
Yeah.
And I
also,
think it was actually
I don't see the point in uh, cutting campaign boxes or team
Yeah.
packs.
I don't see it
Honestly,
either.
because
so
anybody can get
that
those. I mean, maybe
because
they're out of print or there's a
bulk of your dice are going to be anyway.
yeah.
I do think it was
But
ridiculous they cut the first turtle set.
I did too, but I mean, I get it. Like, I don't know, maybe that Foot Ninja was something they looked at and they were just like, yeah, it's not gonna work.
The few times that they had enough clairvoyance, yeah, right.
Yeah, we'll see.
You're
I
giving
don't
them too
know.
much credit.
I mean, you never know. Maybe that was it. They're recycling some of the cards in there, the actions. Maybe
Yeah.
that was it too. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know.
So as far as excitement goes, I am excited to receive new product. I'm always excited to
Yes.
receive new product. As far as getting me out into the LGS or getting me online to order it, however I get my product, money until I see that it's worth my time and effort of playing. And I'm not even talking about from a meta standpoint. Is it something new? Something that I can play reliably without having to do these ridiculous workarounds and feel like my gameplay is going to be suffer because of that.
Yeah.
You know, those are the things that you have to consider whenever you put out product for your consumers. Just like you said, Chris, is it going to create a stale meta, or is it going to create a healthy and productive meta? Creative choices.
Yeah, that's all I want is just a meta that's very interesting and free flowing. And one of the cards that I don't really like that I was trying to get for so long is the Yanti, Super Yanti. I don't think it's a very interesting card anymore. And after playing it a few times, I'd played it more than a few times. After playing it in a few tournaments, I'm just like, I don't like it anymore. It's just.
But that's with Cosmic Cube, though.
Without Cosmic Cube, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, we gotta look at it two different ways because, and we know a lot of Dice Masters players play to have fun, so they'll put that restriction on themselves.
Yeah.
So they'll impose that restriction on themselves. I'm not gonna play with anything OP because it takes away from the gameplay experience. So you have to look at it through a lens of like, am I looking at it with a competitive lens or am I looking at it with a casual lens?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you're in it to win it. Like, bar none, you're in it for those tight plays, those down to like percentage of ratios of, is this going to succeed if I make this move?
Yeah.
That's what you're in it for, right? Casual, however, I'm playing to have fun. If I get a win, great. I'm going to try to get the win creatively. That stifles those kinds of plays. Yanti stifles those kinds of plays. Cosmic Cube stifles that. Venerable Dreadknot does not stifle that.
Yeah.
So it sets the bar, right? It can be the bar. If we were to look at it or anything else with that same caliber, we could be like, yeah, there's the bar. There it is, right there.
Yeah, and if it becomes a problem, that card becomes a problem and it makes everything stale and it's not fun for anybody, guess what? We run a tournament, you can't play it. That's simple. I know people don't like bans, but hey, I'm all about making the game. I want to put tournaments out there that people want to play in. I don't want to say, oh, everyone's just going to run this one card and it's going to not be fun for anybody. I don't want to do that. It's just going to be this and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, the last tournament policed itself. People didn't enter in. There was a very small amount of people that entered in a few things that we thought was not going to be fun.
But there also wasn't prize support.
True.
So if you put a prize support out there that people want and they're willing to actually put the time in because they're going to win something really cool.
By the way, check out our 100 subscriber video. Please check it out. It's in the description. Check out the video after we're done talking and everything like that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second.
I just
we
forget.
No, I had it on my brain here.
So real quick before we move on to the next subject, you're right, Robert. And if you look at the last couple of Nats, the CE Nats, and there was also another major that happened somewhere around that time, someone's agreement that they wouldn't play Super Yanti. I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
At a high level competitive gameplay tournament, they wanted to say, all right, well, we're just gonna stay away from that.
Yeah.
You know there's gonna be one person that just brings it like you guys agreed to lose.
No, the CE Nats, which was Global Escalation, they didn't bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool and all, but what if that one person did show up with it? You know what I mean? If it's not
illegal.
It's not illegal. It's just that one person. It's not a gentleman.
Yeah, but it's not like people weren't testing for that eventuality.
I'm sure, but I mean,
it only takes one person to ruin the fun.
Yeah, and then after that, the whole you don't trust anybody at that point, and now next year everyone's a douche. So it's like, I just when it comes down to it, I'd rather ban something that way nobody can play it just to be on the safe side. Because if you aren't going to play it anyways, what's the harm in banning it? So
I hate banning though, because my idea of fun in a tournament is different than someone else's idea in fun.
Yeah, but you like being a troll.
Well, that's neither here nor there, okay? Oh man.
But yeah, so I don't know. For me, I like banning things. If you come to our local store whenever I'm running the events there, I will ban the hell out of a bunch of cards. and I don't care. Like they're not fun. We've all been playing long enough to know which cards aren't fun. So whenever I'm in charge, I ban them because nobody wants to play against those cards because they're ridiculous.
The only time that you allowed it is when it was preparation for the WKO.
That's it. Yeah,
And,
we want to prep. Okay, these cards are gonna be there. Let's try it. See
and
what
I
happens.
mopped the floor with everybody.
Yeah, you did. Did you? I
Yeah,
don't remember.
I played Yanti Cube because I was like, you said it. I apologized halfway through. I was like, guys, this is prep for WKO.
So
And there was like,
Yanti is banned in escalation, says Armada. Nice, awesome.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah, Yanti Cube sucks, man. That's why Cube is banned.
yeah.
It sucks.
What's funny is there's
Anyways.
things in Golden that helps it increase the damage for Yanti, and
With Cube,
you don't necessarily need Cube in
okay.
Golden because there's that Cyclops that increases lightning characters' damage by 1,
Oh, yeah.
and Pseudo Dragon and stuff like that. I mean, Cube is just a cheaper alternative, but there are things to do the same thing.
And that Cyclops sits out there.
Yeah, whereas the Cube just gets destroyed by Scarlet Witch. You're like, I brought 4 of those things, and 4 of them are coming up energy. Yay!
Fantastic.
So,
But yeah, the show. I don't know what we were talking about or how we ended up on that. But, we were talking about the release and cards and stuff.
Yeah, the release, like the delayed release, somehow turned into a meta analysis, and
that's fine. That's cool. It gives us something to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the giveaway video. Before we forget, let's talk about that for a couple minutes. It's getting quite a few hits, right? It's a pretty popular video.
It was quite popular in the first 4 days.
Yeah, it was up there. If you haven't seen it, check it out. We're probably gonna do another round of posting all over social media just to give everyone another chance to go through it. Yeah, go in there, like it, leave a comment. We're gonna do the drawing. Is it next week? Is that what we agreed on? The 28th, right? So yeah.
Next week.
We'll
also have 40K stuff.
Stream. Yeah, it's gonna be a big stream next week.
We might have a long stream. Then we might go on early. Honestly,
that makes sense. We should probably go on early.
So probably 8 o'clock.
Joe, it's all good. If nobody else can make it, it's fine. We'll do it anyway. But yeah, do the thing.
And if you've already watched the video, get your grandma to watch the video. Have her enter. I'm sure she'll give you the stuff, unless she'll just like start playing Dice Masters and destroying you.
You never know. She might be a savant. Yeah.
So,
Grandma, you invite my Dice Masters, Grandma. Jeez.
Grandma got ran over by the Dice Masters.
Always taking my board games.
Cool.
J-Biz. I think J-Biz, did you go in there and leave a comment?
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I like that. Leave more comments.
So, and then that brings us to the next thing that we kind of just did at the last minute. Decided that we were going to do it because it fell through for someone else doing it.
So everyone, get ready. Clean your ears out for a second.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
Joe, you want to take it away?
Yep. So with Worlds moving to the 1st of December.
Yeah.
And he just went away.
Oh no. The suspense.
Take 2.
Sorry.
We'll just edit that out in post.
Build the suspense. I had to build the suspense. All right. So basically, with Worlds being so close, who were able to support virtual Worlds around this time, or like a faux Worlds, or virtual holiday tournament. Those people are going to be busy doing
anything else
Worlds
but that.
PAX U. And so they're going to be exhausted, and they wanted to know if I could set something up. And I said, you know what, let me talk to the guys. So in the spirit of previous holiday tournaments, we're going to go ahead and have a virtual Worlds for the month of December.
What?
Yeah, and it's going to be a 1-day event, 9 rounds of Swiss with a break to top 4, depending on how many people enter.
Nice.
So it's gonna start. We haven't got the start time down yet. I have to talk to some of the European players. If you guys want to join in, feel free. But I'm thinking 8:30 or 9:30 Central Standard Time AM. Plenty of time for the European crowd. It's early afternoon for them. Yeah. And then that way we can play all 9 rounds of Swiss, and it won't go too far into their morning. Pretty much, I think it'll wrap up around there 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Jeebus.
And there'll be a break in there just so people can.
Yes.
Because that's going to be insane to ask people to do that for like 10 hours.
Yeah. And so I'm going to be working really closely with Troy and all the others who have previously done this kind of one-day event to try to get everything set up. But yeah, we'll have sign-ups. Sign-ups they'll run until the 15th. I'm sorry, was it the 12th? Because we're having the
12th, yeah.
Tournament on the 15th. Sorry. By the way, the tournament's on the 15th. That's Saturday.
Kind of an important detail.
By the way, the whole entire channel is going to be working on it. I don't want everyone to just think it's just one person. We're doing it like we normally do it. Someone's going to be maining it, which is Joe. And then everyone else is going to be supporting Joe. Robert less than most people because he doesn't do tournaments that much.
I'm not good at supporting everybody. I'm sorry. I'm a good listener though. So there's that. I'll tell you, they're there. Nice pat on the back.
So in the next few days, we'll be putting out the sign up. The deadline to sign up is going to be the 12th of December.
Yep.
Again, the 12th of December is going to be the final day for sign up for the tournament to take place on the 15th of December.
So the 12th of December this year?
No, next year, Robert. Jesus Christ. It's just the dates kind of got the noise going on in the background on you. That's why I said them like that, Joe. So.
Yeah, I know. I just can't get these kids corralled.
The kids got excited about the tournament. That's all.
See, that's how it is.
Actually, they're like kicking and screaming and everything. We're gonna have a tournament. they like to be involved in some of the games.
That's awesome. But yeah, guys. So December the 15th at 8 a.m. is what you said.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go with 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Central Standard Time.
For most people, in the UK, that's 8 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
All the way out to Central Europe.
Okay. Cool.
So that would be 2 o'clock, 1400. I'm sorry, 1600 is 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Cool. So it's going to be modern, correct?
It's modern, yes. Format is modern. It's exactly like Worlds. This Worlds that's happening.
WizKids Worlds, so yes.
Yeah, WizKids Worlds, and we're gonna follow the same rule structure as far as legality and stuff like that goes too.
Gotcha. Cubes ban.
Yep. Cubes ban.
Tournament rules. 40K.
Normal tournament rules.
Will 40K be usable?
Yes, 40K will be legal.
Nice.
If they come up with something else before then, it's gonna be legal, right? Oh, never mind.
Doubt anything else will come out.
We'll be working on prize support. We're gonna try to do prize support as best we can.
Prize support. You heard
prize.
You may get a pie.
Oh my God, Robert! You call me a troll? Jesus Christ!
It's the holidays. People might want a pie. You never know.
I do want a pie.
I'm ready for some pie tomorrow. I don't know about you.
And some football.
Yeah. Are you ready for some football? Yeah, so cool. We're gonna be working on prize support for it. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be. Chris has a suggestion.
Maybe we're gonna be doing that.
Oh, it is. It's gonna be a tray.
Yeah, we're gonna ask Ryan to make a tray for us. I'm gonna give him money to just make all of our trays from here on out, and it'll say holiday one-day tournament champion on it. So
nice.
So and
holiday 2018 champ. Let's just call it that. I don't think
holiday 2018. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then maybe a foil resurrection.
How many of those things do we have lying around?
I just have the one. It's just we've been trying to hold it off for a special tournament.
Oh, for a special occasion, you say?
Yeah, and this would be kind of a special occasion.
Cool.
It's not much of prize support, but it's all we got, everybody. It's
Yeah.
all we got.
Yeah. I don't know. This is just me throwing this out there, and I know y'all. We didn't talk about this at all.
We barely talked about the tournament at all.
No, but this is totally different. No, it's good. Do you think anybody? I know we have a few people watching. Would y'all be interested in paying to buy into a tournament so we can actually get some like cool prize support, like some team packs or something like that? I mean, I know everyone probably has them already, but I think a team pack is a pretty cool prize, you know.
Well, just so you know, we actually have, so everybody knows, this did come up several times in the Discord with several other content creators. We kind of bounced the idea back and forth, and so this is something that's been on my mind, and it's been on you guys. We've talked about it in our prep meetings. We've talked about it a couple of times about running tournaments. If we actually go in, just like you said, Robert, and we have people sign up and they pay entrant fees, they need to get that much back in prize support in doing that.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on it have always been, I don't. If there was entry fees for doing tournaments, I probably wouldn't be able to participate in that much. Granted, right now I'm buying a lot of Magic, but it's just because, or it's actually not that much Magic, but I'm just one of those people.
It doesn't have to be that much, you know what I mean? Like I said, if it's a team pack's what, $10-12?
Yeah.
You know, it's $1 to enter the tournament. You know, PayPal is $1. We go out and buy these team packs. That covers, shipping in the United States, maybe. I don't really know. I've never shipped anything.
I mean, we could also buy something on. We could have it entered by PayPal and pay for something over in Europe if they're over in Europe. It would make it easier for shipping things. Period. It wouldn't be that $4 to $5 shipping over to Europe that it has been. So it would.
I was just throwing that out there. If anybody watching the video has any ideas or anything like that, or they're not opposed to it, leave a comment or something like that. Post it in the Discord saying, "Hey, that sounds like a good idea."
We could do a straw poll.
Straw poll. I don't know what that is, but okay.
Old man
just let us
Hernandez.
Just let us know what y'all's opinion about this. Obviously, my thinking is if we're going to do something like that, especially if it's going to be a big tournament with a lot on the line, we would already go out of our way and spend money out of our pocket first. Whenever the entry fees are paid. Yeah. So we would pay out of pocket first. All of us would chip in, the prize was, right? And then you guys would PayPal us, and that way that part would secure the shipping fees, right? Because that's what will hit us more is the shipping fees. For us, it's not a problem. Well, I speak for myself. For me, it's not a problem to go out and get an extra team pack or campaign box if it means I'm giving it to the community.
Yeah, agreed. Like, I was gonna pick one up the other day just because I saw it and I was like, oh, this would be a cool giveaway or prize support or something like that. Not a big deal. I just didn't do it because I don't know. I just didn't want to spend the money. I was buying Transformer stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I was buying Transformer stuff.
Buying the lesser of the two evils.
I know. It was actually the Justice Lightning set and a Kree set that was there. There were the only two. I was gonna buy them both, and I was like, no, I'm gonna buy Transformers instead.
She would have told me. I should have gotten you to hook me up with the Kree pack because I kind of need it.
Well, there you go. I might be over there the weekend. It's the Common Games over there off of Stemmons and Inwood. For the internet, everyone knows where that's at. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've been bouncing this idea around with other content creators and other people who've ran tournaments before. We were kind of thinking, how much fun / accessible would it be if we had everybody pay entry fees equal to the amount of prize support, right?
Yeah.
So whatever prize support we would have, team pack or otherwise, that's how much you would have to pay to get in.
Yeah. And like I said, if a team pack that's $10 and we have 20 people enter and it's only $1 to enter, that more than covers everything, and we put that money towards the next prize.
Yeah. The any excess of entry fee money would not go to making content for the channel. It'd go to tournaments. That's really all it would.
Or to Chris's magic obsession.
No. Let's not even put that out there. I would not do that.
Yeah, Chris
Because I
would do
mean,
that. He's a
they
good guy.
have things like Patreon and stuff like that. If we ever really needed to start doing stuff like that, we would definitely 100% do it. And we
For
actually,
sure.
We've
that was one of the
discussed.
things that comes up a lot in our conversations. Like maybe we should go over to Patreon. Requires a lot of scheduling and logistics on our part. Even though we're not too far away from each other, there's still video editing to get into. There's days worth of shooting to get into because this is our hobby. This isn't our job.
Yeah.
And getting to that level of like producing videos and content weekly outside of live streams, then it starts to become a job.
Yeah. I need to try to get better at editing for the channel, period. Because I think with the giveaway video, that was probably my best editing job I've ever done for a video. And that's not saying much.
It was good though, man. You did a good job.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't fishing for a compliment, but good job. You get brownie points.
Yay.
But we have all these. We've talked about doing all these crazy shorts and all these crazy videos that would make us laugh just doing them. But then you get into the reality of it. It's like, man, I got to bring all my cameras over. I got to do all this stuff. Then we got to spend a couple of days worth of editing, and then we got to, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Show.
Me and Robert are trying to help our friend out with his board gaming channel a little bit. We went there to play Transformers and show people how to play it. We couldn't get the cameras to work, and how long did we spend trying to do that?
We were there a good 5-6 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Just trying to do that. I mean, it was cool because I learned how to play Transformers. So, like, it's a super simple game.
You learned how to make a BS team that no one can beat.
And I'm sure someone can beat it. It's super easy. And it's just the luck of the draw, pretty much. We just had bad draws. It's a super easy game. I think it's fun.
You only had bad draws for 3 consecutive games.
That's all. I mean, the good draws.
I think honestly, I just needed my own. We did the super simplified version of Transformers, so we had a community pool. You need to go with your own pool to really be competitive.
The advanced rules. So I mean, Transformers is fun. That was a whole fun experience, seeing the setup and everything and how he was doing all that stuff. I thought that was cool because that's what he does, right? That's one of his jobs that he does is editing and video recording and stuff like that.
He's got a production company, so
so there you go. Yeah,
but he's trying to get it off the ground right now. He right now is a 9 to 5. Well, he works graveyard shift at his job, and he does something else completely, but he's been editing stuff for a long time. I helped him film a movie when I was like early 20s. I've known Jeff for a long time.
Mr. Bigshot over here.
Oh no, I played Max the Bowler and literally had 2 minutes, and I was terrible in all 2 minutes of it. So
no,
I was going to be a pivotal part in part 2. There's no footage of it. It's lost to the ether.
Oh, man.
Damn it.
I think now I'm better on camera and I can actually like be more natural. I mean, even from just doing this live stream stuff and commenting on videos, I'm 20 times better than when I was back then because I was like,
oh, 20 times 0,
How'd that go
0,
again?
man.
Bro, don't you dare question my authority.
Oh my god. All right, Meatwad.
By the way, straw poll is up, everyone. I put it in chat. It's going to be in the description. We'll just see what everyone thinks. I mean, this is just a preliminary.
Yeah, we'll throw it in the Discord and Facebook and everywhere. Like, get as many votes as we can. Get some ideas. But yeah, I think that covers it. So December 15th, the tournament is going to happen at 8:30 in the a.m. Central Standard Time. Get your team in by December the 12th.
Yep.
It's modern, normal WizKids bands, and we hope to see you there. Joe's going to be running the event. So
you don't have to worry about any of my crazy shenanigans.
No Joe shenanigans. Yep. So I didn't want to ask you about one thing. I'm just dropping this on you. I know we got like 5 minutes, but we can go a little
Here comes
longer.
for Robert's BS that he asked because he didn't want to put it into the pre-show stuff.
Well, my interest is piqued. You have my attention.
Well, let's shift this over to Chris's new favorite obsession is Magic
Commander, yes.
Commander. The arena game, you can now challenge your friends, right? So
Oh,
we could do some of that stuff now, without having to worry about playing random people. You can see Chris annihilate me, or me annihilate Chris, which probably won't happen. So or Joe or anybody like that, we can play each other and have some funsies.
I've had an idea.
An epiphany.
No. Me and you talked about this on Saturday going over to Jeff's.
Did we? I forget. That was a long
About
time ago.
playing Commander like we played Dice Masters on.
Oh yeah.
But it just
Yeah.
be picking a Saturday or a Sunday, Tuesday, something to just do it. And
Yeah,
Joe could bring his wife. She has a Commander deck. She probably has a few that you guys have put together, right, Joe?
she has 1. I have 7.
No.
Well,
My bad.
It's community property. Everyone, technically, she has 8 and you have 8.
She's not allowed to touch it.
Well, technically, she has 8. I just have the ones that I like to use. But yeah,
Okay.
that's really how we're treating it. No, she has her deck, which I built for her. I built this deck for her 5 years ago for her birthday. I went all out on it, and so she's been adamant. Like she's just like, if we ever get divorced, you can keep all your cards, but do not take my commander deck. Like she was just like, and then every time I would like upgrade it or take cards out of it to move
Like
it to my
Beyonce.
other decks, she'd go, what'd you do to my deck? She's like, you better not be taking cards from my deck. It's hilarious.
I made it better. By better, I mean I took good cards out of it so I could have them.
I'd be like, oh babe, you know what? It's just we changed it up for this, and there's new cards coming. She's like, no, you need to change it back to the way it was because that's how I like to run it. That's been her thing. So yeah, we have friends that come over. I think it's every Saturday, every 2 Saturdays. So every third Saturday they come over. Weekly at our LGS. What is this business?
I don't know what that is. It's some kind of card.
It's a Sentinel Totem.
Okay.
It's a really disgusting card. Oh my! Are you gonna give those to your cousin?
I'm a Dark Magician too. Like,
Dark Magician. Good night. So anyway,
maybe.
we would love to do some Commander or anything really. We would love to just do board games. We would love to do 4-player. We still, by the way, just so you guys know, and we're not getting cold feet on this, we are still in it for a Dungeons and Dragons role play that we're going to be doing starting next year.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then Ryan Slater, another member of the channel, is going to be. Oh my goodness, this isn't show and tell.
You're just grabbing stuff off the desk and showing it to each other.
Look what I can do! Look what I can do!
I got Tic Tac gum.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah.
So
D&D. It will happen eventually.
We've got a lot more content than just rambling about WizKids' failings at Dice Masters or.
We got more complaining than that.
Yeah, we could play.
No,
a lot of things.
We could do. It just depends on what you guys want because we're here to have fun, and if y'all aren't having fun, I'm not really having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just emphasize our hate on other things besides just WizKids. Robert, your hat's stupid.
Hey. Hey, you watch your mouth.
Let's not get personal, okay?
Yeah. Your hat's in on it.
Yeah, it does. I do apologize for that.
How dare you?
Actually, I love that.
So yeah, we're interested in doing more things than just Dice Masters to keep it fresh for you guys. Also to make sure that everybody's having fun. Game room is game room. Something that Chris wanted to stress since the beginning of the channel. He was like, "This is the game room." And so that's what we're trying to keep
games up in here.
Up in here. Up in here. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands.
To the point to where I think one of these live streams on Wednesday we'll be able to get together and just be able to play it in and hang out
on a Wednesday.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a little something special.
Any Wednesday I can hang out because I don't work on Wednesdays.
But we do want to say Happy Thanksgiving to those in the States.
And to Europe, have a good Thursday.
Wicked Thursday. And to everybody else celebrating an international holiday tomorrow, happy whatever day that is. I think there was quite a few.
Happy holiday.
Happy pre Black Friday and happy pre Cyber Monday.
Oh,
Happy
Great Thursday.
happy glutton day.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
man. All right, I think that's as much damage as we can do, unless you guys have something else you want to spring on us, Robert.
So I did want no, I don't have anything, guys. That was it. I'm done. I swear I'm done.
All right, so
Cool.
I think that's gonna do it for us. Be sure to check out the giveaway video. Have your
Check out the
friends,
yeah.
friends, family, everyone check it out. It gives you more
Subscribe.
opportunities to win. Yeah, subscribe.
Yeah.
Comment. Yeah, and then also like this video and comment.
Like all the videos.
Oh, don't they all? Jesus Christ, we're stuck in the loop. And check us out on our other social medias, Discord, Twitter. Granted, we're not that. I need to work on being more active on Twitter and Facebook, but check us out on there. That's where any of the announcements are going to be, is on Facebook and Discord. So until next time.
Also, before I forget, sorry, for the virtual worlds, we will be operating everything out of our Discord. So if you're not a member of that, hit us up in the chat or on any one of our videos or on our Facebook group. We'll send you a link to the Discord. If you want to be involved in any future tournaments, the most recent one being Worlds, you'll need to go and operate specifically through our Discord. So that way we can just keep it all in one place and we're not populating other sites with stuff that not everybody's going to be participating in.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the Discord's in the description, this one and all of our videos. So check it out there. If you have to download Discord to do it on there, you could also do it from the Chrome, the client from like Chrome, Firefox, or anything like that. So you don't actually have to download anything. So
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just easier if you have the client.
You can use the web page or you can use the app on any one of the major engines. So operating system.
Doing that.
Yeah, your mind is blown. So
it is. It's a good thing I have this beanie on so it doesn't go everywhere like a mess.
All right. So
one last thing.
Oh my God!
Did y'all see the Aquaman trailer?
No.
Synced it.
Did you see the Pokemon?
Oh, dude!
The Pikachu detective
looks amazing.
Yes, that looks awesome. I usually don't get freaked out about Pokemons, but yeah.
When I heard about Ryan Reynolds possibly voicing Detective Pikachu, this was 5 months ago, by the way. They were talking about this 5 months ago.
Yep.
When I heard about that, I said, it could work. And then I saw that trailer and I was like, wait, is this a real thing? Because they've done this to us before. They've put out real Pokemon trailers before, and it turns out to be some like hilarious spoof.
I hope it's not a spoof because that looked awesome.
It did. It looked amazing.
I will give them my money to see that movie. Like what everyone has to do when they see a movie is you have to give them your money.
I'll find them all.
I would recommend playing the game. The game itself is really fun. It's a whole lot of fun.
I've started playing it a little bit more since you guys start playing it because you guys are sitting in the back seat.
Go?
Yeah, you guys are sitting in the back seat whenever we're going somewhere. Me and Ryan are just sitting up there talking about normal stuff. And you guys are like, ooh, let's trade, blah, blah, blah. Fucking nerds.
I'm not just talking about Pokemon Go. I'm actually talking about there's a game for the 3DS called Detective Pikachu.
Oh.
It was released in Japan about almost a year ago. It was released in Japan, and then they released it in the States a few months after.
That game was actually developed by Ryan Reynolds. Little known fact.
I don't think you could substantiate that.
No, that's not true. I made that up.
But the game itself, the movie itself, borrows heavily from the game, which is great, and I like that they do that.
That's cool.
And it's really cool. It gives you a better understanding of.
You know what, Joe?
What?
I like that you like that. No.
I can spend like another 30 minutes talking about that.
I'll check out. So everyone check out Aquaman.
Aquaman trailer looks freaking amazing. I got the chills, dude. Like watching it. Like DC movies have been so disappointing, and it's really, really hard to defend the DC movies when, like, as a fan, you want to love them, and you you force yourself to love the movies, and they're just not good, and you just have to. These movies suck. And
Sounds like a certain relationship we have with another game,
right.
popular game company. It's like, man, I don't know. 7 months and we haven't seen anything good. What is this?
This is related. That's why this is related.
So
but this Aquaman movie actually looks really good. The Aquaman looks awesome.
Robert will continue to play and watch things that disappoint him at an alarming rate.
We've got that dedicated fan base, right? I'm a DC guy myself, and I'm also a Marvel guy. If I come out of an Iron Man 3 and then I hear Thor: The Dark World is coming out, I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, I'll do it. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. Like, I won't throw money on it, but I'll be like, okay, we'll see what you get.
I'll sneak into that movie.
Yeah, Jay Biz is saying he wants to see Black Manta on the big screen, and I think he looks awesome. If you haven't seen the trailer, check it out. He looks badass.
Yeah, it looks like, something that's more feasible than the old school Super Friends Manta.
He still has like that old school Super Friends feel going on. Like they kept
like
kind of true to it.
Yeah, it's more of a power suit than it is a flying saucer on his head.
Don't you wish the writing from DC Comics was doing the movies?
You mean Jeff Johns? He is doing
just any of the writers, because DC Comics just has better writers than Marvel.
I don't think so. I think it's the studio keeps getting in their way.
Yeah,
is what it is. It's not really the
like
writers.
No, kids, we know how to make a movie. You don't know how to make a good one.
Joss Whedon ruined Justice League. Just saying.
Well, so let's I mean, do we have time?
Are we doing this right now? Like, we can continue on. I don't care. It's fine.
I'm fine. I'm good.
Let's break this down. Let's say Warner Brothers isn't like Marvel in the fact that, or isn't like Disney in the fact that Disney gives Feige complete control. He has complete creative control over the brand of Marvel Cinematic, right? Jeff Johns is the creative consultant, or was the creative consultant after WB's president stepped down a few months back. And since then, he's been running the TV side of things and a little bit of the movie side of things. He was heavily into Aquaman, developing Aquaman. He is heavily into developing their new Green Lantern movie. That says a lot because Jeff Johns,
he was an Aquaman writer.
Yeah, he was one of the writers for it.
Yeah.
He's one of the screenwriters for I think they brought him in at the tail end of Wonder Woman. It is whenever he started working heavily with Warner Brothers. But just to let you know, on the TV side of things, Jeff Johns has been doing amazing there. Titans, it's all right. It's not great.
I haven't even seen it.
It's on the DC streaming service if you want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But Titans is okay. It does a lot to honor. Okay, baby. It does a lot to honor the series because Jeff Johns specifically, he was on the 2003 run for Teen Titans.
Yeah.
So he knows a thing or two about that, and he did a lot of the Flash stuff. And guess what? The Flash TV series is still going strong. The Arrowverse, as it's called.
Yeah.
Decided to step in about a year and a half ago, and they gave him creative control over some of it, not all of it.
Yeah.
So you kind of see that. You kind of see that in Aquaman. You saw that in Justice League, right? Jeff Johns, up to a point, could only do so much writing it, and then after that, it was all studio influence.
Yeah.
I think they just need to let him take control of it, though, period. Not necessarily write it, but just give the direction of what the universe should be, because it seems like half the stuff is going in one direction and the other stuff is just lost. And that's what's really wrong with DC right now in their cinematic universe, is they can't agree upon it. And that's killing them. And that's what kills the continuity of those movies. Whereas Marvel, they have one voice and everyone agrees with them and they tell where it should go and it makes sense and they're building to something and you could tell they're building to something and it's good.
Yeah, it's very cohesive.
And Disney likes to make money. Disney likes to make money, so they're going to try to make it as good as possible.
Well, the thing about it is, like, these movies, even though they're bad, people are still going to see them everywhere. Look at how much money Justice League made. A lot of money. May not have made as much money as they wanted to, but it made a butt ton of money. Suicide Squad made a butt ton of money, and I liked Justice League. I thought it was fun. It wasn't good,
Mm-hmm.
but Suicide Squad was not good. I enjoyed it the first time watching it. The next time I was like, oh man, what was I thinking? This movie's horrible. But it's like they were, people went to go see those movies, showed up to go see them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. It's kind of just like with everything else. If you want things to change, you kind of have to like put your foot down and say, I'm not going to go watch that. But at the same time, you want to support the product, which is, we can kind of also like do that with WizKids and Dice Masters. Like you're getting angry at like these delays, but at the same time, you love the game so much, you still want to play it. So it's like, it's so hard to pull yourself away from it.
I think one of the mistakes DC made was Batman versus Superman and spoiler alert, killing off Superman. They didn't let.
That's too early. I don't like it. Everyone always tries to kill off Superman, and that's never a good idea. Stop killing Superman.
They made a mistake by trying to reboot Superman into a grittier property because they wanted to. Again, it's studio influence, so they're only going to go off of what the previous precedent was, right? So the Dark Knight trilogy, highest grossing superhero movie for Warner Brothers at that time. Okay, so they go, okay, let's do something with Man of Steel, right? So they try to do it.
Man of Steel was good.
Yeah.
They could have had 3 more movies go along, then kill him.
It could have been better, right? Instead of making Superman some solemn, conflicted person, they could have had him be the shining Boy Scout that he always was, but have the world around him be the one that was conflicted, right? And have him be this untouched paragon instead of this conflicted person who would rather be normal and watch the world suffer at the behest of Jonathan Kent, who never told him to do that in the comics.
That's the one
ever,
thing I did hate.
Right? Kevin Costner's portrayal of Jonathan Kent was great. Okay, baby. Kevin Costner was great as John Kent, but give him something better to do, right?
Yeah.
Famous line from that movie: "If I park a truck, a tornado will get me."
I don't think that was a line.
Oh, sorry, I was mistaken.
And I liked Batman versus Superman. Honestly, it was like everyone always harps on the Martha thing, and like I get it. It's one of those things you when you sit back and you look at it, it's like the whole point of like throughout the whole movie, they fed you that Batman is messed up because of this one event. So when he says Martha, it's gonna trigger that one thing. So I mean, I get that. At the same time, it's probably poor execution, but I understand.
It really was. Like it should have triggered him enough to where he's like, okay, I'll back off, but not okay. I need to save your mom's life.
Yeah,
I think
I'm gonna let you handle it.
Yeah,
they had all the cool shit that's ever happened in DC Comics with Batman and Superman. It was just like, hey, let's put it in one fucking movie. Seriously, guys, let's do it. And they're like, I don't know, Billy. And they're like, people will fucking buy it, believe me. And they did it, and it was a rushed movie, honestly.
I don't think it was rushed.
From what studio produced comic book movies are, and that's all show and no substance.
When I say rushed, I mean it didn't have a right pacing to it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, they cut a lot of it. Watch the extended cut. Some of it makes it a little bit better. It fills in some of the little gaps. It doesn't make the movie overall like a great movie by any means, but you get some extra things in there that kind of help develop the characters a little bit more, which I enjoyed because you get to see Clark Kent be a reporter, you get to see Lois Lane be a reporter and things like that, which to me were really cool. But it doesn't really help anything like later on down the thing. But I mean, like Wonder Woman showing up, dude.
She was a little bitch. She's so powerful. Superman can't really. She's almost as good as Superman, yet she gets tossed around like it's nothing in the movie.
Dude, she was badass in that fight, dude. She was in there.
She was in there, but it didn't show her power though.
Yes, you're right. They didn't show enough, and it's the same thing with Justice League. They didn't focus on their strengths. They just focused on.
I mean, the other thing is, the thing that Marvel has going for it is they develop the characters over a few movies, and
and definitely making that team up movie right away was the best idea.
Yeah,
not at all by any means, but I mean they they're trying to play catch up, and they shouldn't have done that. They should have just said, okay, we're just gonna jump in and start doing our own thing, like
Yeah.
instead of trying to play catch up all at once. And
They could have
Yeah, it
had
just
a
didn't go over well.
Justice League movie first and then go along and develop the characters. I would have been fine with that because it's Justice League. You don't need the characters developed that much. And then you could have
do like a Spider-Man Homecoming thing where you already know
you cut out there.
do like Spider-Man Homecoming where they don't really talk about the origins of him becoming Spider-Man. You already know that it happened. There's no
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Like they
I'm
do with
completely fine.
Netflix shows. The Netflix
Yeah.
shows are like that. They don't even touch on origins for the most part.
They're just like, hey, it happened. Let's, you know.
Jay Bliss, you were exactly right. Marvel built their universe. DC seemed to just dump 10 gallons of water into a shot glass.
That's a great
Well,
analogy.
I mean, yeah, that's a really good analogy. But even still, DC could have taken the risk. They could have been like, you all know who these characters are. Let's just spend 5 to 10 minutes highlighting in like a montage of several action scenes highlighting their special abilities, and then go, oh, that's the Flash. He's a speedster.
Even the
this
opening
is
sequence could have been that.
Yeah.
this is Cyborg. He's technophobe, you know, or something like that, right?
This is
He's
Aquaman. He
Cyborg.
talks to fish.
This is Aquaman. He does amazing stuff, but I mean, you don't need to have origin stories for everything. Like they proved with Black Panther, Prey was Civil War. Same thing with Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, Hulk, these kind of the similar story in Marvel. They can't do an origin story with him quite right. And Hulk's kind of one of the more interesting characters when you really delve into its history.
Mhm.
And it's one of those ones that they just can't get right because it's too weird and complicated, and Marvel screwed him over in the comics so many times it's not even funny that they kind of just
It was just they don't have movie rights. They don't have individual movie rights.
Yeah,
They have the rights to
literally.
use them in movies, but they don't have rights to make a movie of them.
well, isn't that about to change though?
No.
Who has the movie rights?
I think Universal has.
Universal has the movie rights.
They sold out too much stuff back in the 90s.
I mean, they were
Well, that
trying
was
to keep
what
everything
they were.
afloat.
Yeah, that was their best / worst decision at the time.
Yeah. I mean, it was either
But-
that or let the company go under. So,
Yeah, so I mean, we do have we have several Hulk origin stories in the Incredible Hulk and the Invincible Hulk, which is fine. But Mark Ruffalo's portrayal is proof that you don't need to rehash.
yeah.
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 Yep.
And I think Edward Norton did a fine job as the Hulk, but that movie was just kind of blech.
You know what? I liked the Hulk movie. I have it ranked.
Which one?
below the Edward Norton.
Yeah, which one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the MCU one.
Yeah.
Like the first one wasn't. I never watched it, but it didn't really catch my interest at all. Like,
I watched it
was
on
weird.
bootleg, and I thought I lost money to it.
You talking about the Ang Lee miracle that was?
Yeah.
With the comic book cuts and everything, the scenes. I thought that was kind of cool, but it just like for like 5 minutes, and after you're just kind of over it. It's like,
John Boyega as John Stewart, the comedian? No. Yeah, I know.
That'd be interesting. I would rather see Idris
Honestly,
Elba as
yeah,
Jon Stewart.
I'd rather see Idris Elba as Jon Stewart, but that's just me. He's already been Heimdall though.
He's a little bit older though.
He can be anything he wants, though. He's Idris Elba.
He's a beautiful man. So
You show is right.
Or what's that? He's been blowing up ever since he was in Get Out.
The one dude from Black Panther. Oh
Yeah.
no, he was
Or-
in that other movie. That's sorry.
He was in
for
Widows.
something.
or
He was in Widows as well. He was one of the bad guys in Widows. Man, let me look that guy up real quick. He would be fantastic as Jon Stewart, to be honest with you.
I
yeah,
don't know.
I think it'd be kind of cool if they had like Keegan, Mike, and Key possibly as that. He'd be pretty
I don't know who
good
that is.
because
Who's that?
the guy from Key and Peele.
The short one or the tall one? So you don't even know. You're just
Come on, man, you can't even.
It's the one that wears glasses. I think he would be really good as it.
I don't know. which
The short one.
one. Okay.
I think the tall one, he can do serious ones, but he just kind of spastic.
the short one is Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
So Keegan-Michael Key's is the lighter skin-colored one, I want to say, but
Jeez.
he's also the taller
The
one.
taller
If
Yeah,
you can call him that.
he's more spastic though.
And
Honestly,
him being like Jon Stewart is a little bit weird, to be honest with
That'd be
you.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
He plays off more as like a comedic role,
Yeah.
if that's the case. All right, Daniel Kaluuya is the guy that I'm thinking about, who was on Get Out, and he also played in Black Panther.
Okay.
And war
Oh, I
leader,
don't like that guy.
husband to. You don't like him? I think he'd be great because he's got range.
Yeah, that's why I don't like him.
And John Stewart.
Because in Black Panther, he was the dude that just like turned his back on him and crap, and I'm just like, oh, like why? Like I have this thing, and I don't know if I've told y'all this before, but if I see somebody in a movie and I've never seen them before, the cat is just climbing the wall.
I know.
If I've seen them in a movie, I just automatically assume that's how they are, and I hate them. Like Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator, I hated Joaquin Phoenix forever because he was that guy in Gladiator. It's just like a
really.
douche,
Then you should watch. You should go and watch You Were Never There. You'll get a completely different understanding of Joaquin Phoenix.
I can't wait for his Joker movie.
Me either. That looks awesome. Like I know a lot of people are just like trashing on it. I want to see it. It looks cool.
So is that going to change your opinion about him then? Seeing him in a
I mean,
he's still a bad guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been so long. He kind of like fell off, and I didn't think about him for a long time.
Oh, so you're saying it just takes time?
I love how you say he fell off, but yet he's been in
my mind,
Academy nominee movies in the last 10 and a half
years. He's been relevant, just not.
He's fallen off.
Yeah, you've fallen off.
I've fallen off. I've been watching Marvel movies for the last years, so.
Because he had.
Is it Marvel? No. Is it DC? No. Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Doesn't matter. No, I don't care. Michael Jai White would be awesome. He just shows up as Black Dynamite. That'd be amazing.
Or Michael B. Jordan.
Black Dynamite. Oh, Black Dynamite's awesome.
Is that the show?
Awesome as Larfreeze. No, the movie and the show, because Michael Jai White actually did voices for the series
for the
too.
animated
So.
show.
John Cena. I don't want to see John Cena as Hal Jordan. That'd be a super muscular.
No, I want to see John Cena as Guy Gardner.
You can't see him though.
Oh, stupid.
That was good. No, I mean,
Gardner.
Wouldn't you love, because Guy Gardner, that would be perfect. You would have
he
just
got
like
the
this
look, dude. He just needs a little chili bowl, and he's like, got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he needs to dye his hair red.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He can nail that.
What about all the ginger actors? Why can't we just let them have roles, guys?
Oh my god.
They have no souls, and you're taking all their jobs.
How about what? While we're at it, why not for Guy Gardner have John Bernthal play him?
Oh, dude, I want him.
Wouldn't
to
that be
Punisher in a
amazing?
movie. That'd be great. As Guy Gardner, yeah, I can see it.
I
would
would
just like him as Punisher.
I would ship that so fast.
I hope they actually do a good. I hope Jeff Johns does a good Green Lantern movie series and doesn't try to fit everything into one movie.
Yeah, he was an awesome writer for that for Green Lantern just in general. So we're probably going to get a good Green Lantern movie. It's heavily.
Hang on, baby. Well, so what they said about this is here's what the production notes are on it so far. It's billed as a buddy cop movie, a space buddy cop movie. If that gives you any idea, because in reality, it's a Lantern Corps, and that's what the movie title is called.
Green Lantern
Corps. So I think an ensemble cast with two main people being either Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart as kind of like buddy cops, and Hal Jordan's giving Jon Stewart the ropes, or something like that in his neighborhood of Galaxy, and then having other Green Lanterns just join in occasionally. Jeff Johns can definitely do that, and that's something that he can work in.
So Mel Gibson and Danny Glover are going to be in the movies?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm getting too old for this Lantern Corps.
But instead of that, you'd have like Michael Jai White as playing the part of like Danny Glover, and then who could be a good you would have not Chris Pine so much, but who else would be a really good?
I saw a thing that they were wanting Tom Cruise to be a Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan?
Yeah.
What?
Nah, bro. No, thank you.
No.
He can keep his 5'1" self away from my movies.
He does his own stunts though.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do your own stunts in space though.
Oh.
No one can hear you scream.
He'll become an astronaut just to do that. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of like his acting, though. I like Tom Cruise as an actor.
I haven't seen
How
Tom
about,
Cruise
how
in a
about
movie
Jeremy
forever.
Renner? Jeremy Renner as
Ooh.
with Michael
Jeremy
Jackson.
Renner.
He's Hawkeye, bro.
Oh yeah, man. I don't even like him as Hawkeye.
Because you don't like Hawkeye.
I mean, it's just so lame.
It's
Like,
Hawkeye.
I have mixed feelings about Hawkeye because if you remember his original 1970s and 80s Avengers run, was a terrible person to the point where he took his own life because of all the crap that happened to him. And then you get into the early 2000s and they revamped him and they did the Ronin series with him where they like fleshed out more of his backstory after the House of M, and he was a great character. So I'm really conflicted because I know the Hawkeye of old that was a drunken suicidal maniac who committed suicide twice.
I mean, if you don't succeed.
But badass Jeremy Renner version in Avengers, who is just literally like flinging arrows left and right, killing Chitauri, and you're just like,
well, here's my problem with Jeremy Renner being Hawkeye. I get tired of seeing the same people play these characters. There's more than 5 actors out there in the world.
Is there?
Let's go out and find them. Yeah, like I'm not opposed to. I don't like that idea. Like I like Idris Elba. Yeah, timed up, but that's such a small role. I'd rather see him do something else. Like Michael B. Jordan. They're talking about Michael B. Jordan being the next Superman, which I'm fine with it. I don't care. I mean, he could be the other guy from Earth 2 Superman. That's fine. But like I've already seen him in Black Panther as this awesome bad guy. Like I don't want to see him as a Superman now. Like that's fine. There's more people out there to use. There's different actors. They may not be better actors, but there's different actors out there that can fit these molds. You know what I mean?
They need to hire me to be Superman.
I can see it. Yeah.
I
just
just
have
gotta
to shave off your beard though.
See, no, I'd be the more realistic because there's no way to shave a Kryptonian beard.
Superman shaves using his eyes.
Well, there is a Superman that came about during the New 52 that did have a beard, and he had a son, if you remember.
Yeah, that's the real Superman.
That's the real Superman. You could play that Superman. You just
the real comic book Superman, you mean?
Yeah, the
actual pre-crisis Superman survived through New 52 and had been living his life secretly with Lois Lane, and they had raised their son John Kent.
Yeah.
And he became the new Superboy after Connor Kent was taken out of the timeline by Dr. Manhattan.
Oh, nice.
That's about to hit the fan, isn't it? Also, with the Dr. Manhattan storyline coming to a close.
Well, the Doomsday thing already happened.
Oh,
is it over? It's not over yet, though, is it?
It's not over. I thought it was over. I thought they already did that one.
I thought they had like 5 more issues left.
Oh yeah, because that's the current
delayed.
Yeah, that's the current
price. Back. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I was waiting for that to end so I can actually read it because I have them. I just don't read them. Like
you have so many comic books.
I don't read. Yeah, like the whole the Metal run. I don't know if anyone read the Metal, DC Metal,
Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah, that one's supposed to be ridiculous. I want to read it. I have them all. I'm just lazy, man. I don't want to take them out of the bag. I don't want to take them. You know what I mean? I'd rather just grab a graphic. I'm supporting them, and I can just do whatever I want with a graphic and toss it around.
Comic Books Explained does a really good thing on Dark Knight's Metal that they go through it and explain.
I don't want to do that. I'd rather read it.
But you're not gonna read it.
I'll read it in a graphic novel form, like I said.
Robert, that's what I do. Any popular titles that I've like been interested in, I will wait a full year and a half until the graphic novel comes out, and I'll just sit down in one reading and just read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Crisis titles. I did that with Civil War. I did that with House of M, and it was such a better experience. I didn't have to sit there and
Civil War was so good too. Civil War was great.
Yeah.
I read The War of Light like that. I read Blackest Night, which was amazing. Hush.
I read The Death of Superman like that.
There you go. That's good too.
Then I eventually lost the comic.
That's okay. You can find it for $1 somewhere because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
They printed a bunch of Death is
Well,
Superman.
that's what led to the comic book collapse.
Yeah, like they went ridiculous printing that comic book.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do that with Ninja Turtles. Like I don't know if y'all knew this or not. So I literally buy every issue every month when it comes out. I buy the regular run. I was buying Universe when it was coming out. Now I'm buying uh the I don't know what it's called now with Frank Fosco. I think is his name that he does the art for it, or Urban or something like that.
Are you talking
And
about
so
the
I have,
IDW run that they're doing right now?
yeah, the new IDW run. So I have every issue for the most part that's come out since issue number 40. I have like random issues in between there. I do have a lot of them, but not all of them. But I went back and I bought every single graphic novel. There's 19 graphic novels. I bought all of them, dude. That's like $15 to $20 a pop. So you do the math on that. I have every issue. Like I said, I bought the issues at $4 a piece. And then I went back and bought all the graphic novels as well because I wanted to read them and not just have to do issue by issue. And now
The
I'm
cool
waiting
thing
for
about the graphic novels, I will add to what you're saying. The cool thing about graphic novels is they put all of the alternate covers and backs in
that is
that.
awesome.
I probably will buy the Dark Knight's Metal.
I'm waiting for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for it to come out so I can buy it.
Let me know when
I'm
it
glad
comes
I bought
out,
'em. Yeah. Okay. Will do.
because I will keep up on that.
Got that Batman Who Laughs first appearance, so
Oh,
that's a
dude.
good one.
I hope they go
Good one,
places with that guy because that's such an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
it's
So,
it's way better than the Flashpoint Batman.
yeah.
And
Are
now
you sure about that? You
I'm
sure
pretty
about
Oh
positive.
wait, Flashpoint. Oh,
Flashpoint Batman? So Thomas Wayne better than Thomas Wayne Batman?
Yes, he's more interesting than Thomas Wayne Batman. Because it's kind of like the Joker, but with all the things of Batman. That's why
No, it's if Batman had turned into the Joker. That's the
thing that's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me
But
wrong,
Thomas
Thomas
Wayne
Wayne is interesting too, but it's just a brutal Batman.
Yeah, I haven't read it. I've only heard from my dad like the way that the Batman Who Laughs runs, what he does. And
He runs
seems
slowly.
Like, well, he has all he never loses is what I hear, and he's just like a badass. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, that's I don't know if it's more interesting than Thomas Wayne Batman, but I mean, Thomas Wayne Batman's only around for like what 4 issues. Like you have Flashpoint.
Well, they
Batman,
did actually go back in the Doomsday Clock series, and they did actually bring him in for a few episodes or for a few runs.
3 issues.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, I
yeah.
have those and I haven't read them. The button.
And he actually shows up and he says to Bruce, he's like, "What I wanted to tell you was to not be Batman anymore," and it, like shifts Bruce's paradigm.
Oh.
Thomas is like, "Yeah."
Spoiler alert, dude! Come on.
You have? How long have you had them?
Like 2
this
years.
has been broken like a year.
Buttons,
so.
yeah, buttons old already.
But anyway, what I will say before we end is like the Batman Who Laughs is more Batman than Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
I'll give you that because he's actually sitting back and he's pulling all the strings from the back. And anytime he makes an appearance, it's to make a point. It's to prove the point.
Yeah.
And that's what's so intimidating about the Batman Who Laughs because even going up against the, our Bruce Wayne, he completely schools him in the first part. Comes back after getting all the nth metal and stuff like that and harmonizing and all that. He's still a straight up, blow for blow challenge, wits and everything to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Nice.
It takes an unexpected person coming in to really help Batman, the proper Batman of the main universe.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, Batman Who Laughs is more Batman than I think our Bruce Wayne will ever be.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, cool. When the graphic comes out, I'm definitely sad. I did read this one. Have you seen this? Body
No.
Count.
Oh yeah.
This is an older book from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It is ridiculous, dude. Like, it's from 1990. Then the date in here.
That's the 93 run, right?
Yes. So I don't know where the original date was. I saw it somewhere in this.
I believe
book,
that's the 93 run. That was they have the Turtle Van used pretty heavily in that one.
No, there's no turtle man. This is just a Raphael, Casey Jones story, where
Okay.
this one girl shows up and she is being chased basically by this assassin, and they're just on the run, and there's so much killing and violence and blood. It's ridiculous. But it's from 1994. But it's awesome. There's this artist Simon Bisley. I don't know how you say his name. He's actually gonna be at Duncanville on Friday night at 6 o'clock signing books. So that's why I bought this. I wanted to read it. I'm gonna have him sign it, and I'm gonna try to get a Lobo sketch from him. Hopefully, it's not a ridiculous amount paid for that, but I'd like to get a Lobo sketch because he worked on Lobo a lot, and he did a lot. What's that called? Heavy Metal. Do you remember that magazine? So he did a lot of work with heavy metal. So I'm really excited to go see him on Friday.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I just finished that book.
All right. Well, I think we are.
We're gonna wrap it up. That's gonna wrap things up for us here in the CR game room.
After 40 minutes over, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
We do a special overtime for holiday.
there you go. This is the holiday special. There you got bonus content, guys.
Black Friday video on Wednesday.
The Black
Extra
Friday
40
special.
minutes on us.
Yeah, so you get to hear our horrible takes on comic books. Joe seems to be a little more versed on it. I've been out of the game for a little while, but
Even though you
so
have
there's
every
that.
comic out.
Yeah, they're there. They're back in the closet, guys. I'll have to snap a picture and put it in the Discord so y'all can see how blown up my closet is full of comic books.
You should just like pull them out and just start reading them on stream. Be like, see, I'm reading them now, guys.
I'm reading, guys. Don't judge me.
We don't really want to see your cosplay either. So if you can just move that out of the way.
I'll move that out of the way so nobody can see it. Yeah.
Your furry suits.
Hey, you leave my furry
Hey.
suit on. Hey. So I guess that's gonna do it then.
Yeah.
Want to shut it down.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna wrap things up for us here in the CR game room. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and join our conversations on Discord. And as always, thanks for hanging out.
And check the straw poll.
Do the poll and the giveaway video.
And the giveaway video and everything else. Love us, please.
Love us.